Horatio? Come on, Horatio, wake up!
Oh.
Whew, you're okay.
What happened?
Well, Big Ugly threw you out of the ship. And then he said plunder, again. And then he left with our power core.
Basad.
Yep.
How much charge have you got?
10%. You?
I'll be fine. We just need to get the emergency generator up and running. I told you it needed to be repaired.
Or we could just go to Metropole, city of glass and light. Free energy for one and all.
Don't believe everything you hear. Metropole is trouble. But if you want to go, you've got free will and a maglev unit.
With that guilt subroutine you put in me, I wouldn't even make it halfway.
Actually, with a 10% charge, you wouldn't even get that far. So I suggest we get the generator working.
You and your projects.
Man built us to build, Crispin. Now, come on.
I can't use myself until you give me hands. Is that a gumball machine?
No, it's a robot's head.
Ah, I wanted a gumball. I wanted a...
Nothing worth salvaging. I must have dropped the data pouch when I was thrown out of the unique. Basad, its memory got wiped. Easy enough to add the good old junk pile's coordinates back in, though. The data pouch is registered to me. I can't just scoop it up. Some very sticky grease. It's not going to do anything until the generator's fixed. Crispin, when I told you to find a new spark plug, did you just shove my conductive putty into the old one?
Maybe.
No wonder the generator isn't working. There's supposed to be a power-bearing conduit between this socket and the ship, but I never got around to putting one together.
Now who's the procrastinator?
At least the putty is still good. The generator is missing a spark.
You know, boss, if you're ever wondering what I would do, feel free to just ask.
I'll keep that in mind.
Boss, I think the gospel requires you to give me a minute's peace now and then.
It's too dark to see the ladder rungs. The hatch is unresponsive. There's no way I can reach that.
Okay, fine. Here's an idea. You stop bothering me.
Could you grab that lantern?
Sure thing, boss.
You know, I always wanted to be able to fly. That's why I built you with a maglev unit.
Not so that you could store tools on hard-to-reach ledges?
Well, that too. It's too dark to see the... Good thing there's still some power in the circuit.
Boss, shouldn't you have thought of that before coming down here? We could have been stuck.
I could have just ridden you back to the deck.
Really?
No. Routing that much power to your maglev unit would cause it to explode.
Yeah, right.
Sorry. I couldn't find a working fuse to solve the problem.
I'm a floating bomb. I'm a floating bomb. Sweet. So that's where you keep it.
Why were you looking for my plasma torch?
No reason. So, what exactly do we need to fix the generator?
Some conduit and a new spark plug.
Boss, I think the gospel requires you to give me a minute's peace now and then.
It couldn't hurt to bring the gospel of man with us.
Going to pray for a miracle, boss?
We are man's miracle, Crispin. Let's hope that's enough. I've read enough. It's just scrap.
Boss, just think of all the brothers and sisters you could make for me from all that junk.
One of you is more than enough. Endless junk. I picked it clean years ago. Looks like an old P2, or is it a P3? There's a piece of gordium conduit way back there. I can't reach the conduit. There's a piece of... Crispin, can you go in there and get that piece of conduit?
I suppose. That would have been a lot easier with hands, boss.
I'll need at least 5 pieces to be able to build a conduit long enough to run the generator to the unique. It's 3 pieces of gordium conduit. Unfortunately, one of them is completely corroded and worthless. I'll need at least 5 pieces to be able to build a conduit long enough to run the generator to the unique. It's locked tight. Looks like some kind of...
Hey, boss, what about trying to open that lockbox I found earlier today? Maybe someone buried treasure in it.
Looks like some kind of lockbox. Let's see if this works.
Is that a spark plug, boss? Who locks up a spark plug?
Actually, I think that box was some kind of machine.
You killed it!
Recycled it. I guess it was actually some kind of machine. I'm pretty sure it was already dead, though. Better just to leave it alone. It's just As I just told Crispin, that's no way to treat a spark plug.
Don't you have something better to do, like, say, finding us a power core? You know, could you please stop bothering me? I'm trying to finish this level.
What?
You know, that puzzle game you installed on me when you built me.
But...
Look, you have your puzzles, I have mine. Boss, do you hear a clicking sound? Danger! Danger! Boss, do you hear a clicking sound? Abort. Retry. Fail. Definitely fail. Please don't retry. Here's what we need to do. Find parts to build another robot, and then ask him what to do.
It's a segment of Gordium electrical... A sturdy cable. I'll need at least 5 pieces to be able to build a conduit long enough to run the generator to the unique. A good length of heavy-duty cable designed for carrying data. It's the unique's tag. Without it, I'd have never known the ship's name.
Apparently, building a giant airship doesn't require proper spelling.
Apparently not. Broken robot I dragged out of the... I salvaged the sarcasm coprocessor from it for Crispin.
Yeah, it works great.
Only a little sliver left before the moon wanes entirely.
Well, I'm glad we're not the only ones running out of power.
Same old moon.
Strange clouds, huh, boss?
This is no time for sitting around. An old captain's chair. I moved it here from navigation. More Gordium conduit. I'll need to get a closer look to see it. It won't work until they're locked together. Time for a little welding.
Wow, that was easier than I thought it would be.
A good length of fused conduit. I'll need to get a closer look.
Whew, I thought we were in trouble when Big Ugly stole our core. But just like that, problem solved.
The problem is not solved.
Well, I agree. The noise leaves something to be desired.
This is an emergency generator, Crispin.
Well, it was an emergency, boss.
It only runs for a few days, if that.
Oh. Well, do we have another one?
No, which means it still is an emergency.
Well, in that case, first dibs on the recharge station. So, what's the plan, boss?
We need to recover our power core.
Or we could just take the train to Metropole and live in luxury.
First of all, there is no train to Metropole. And second, even with full charges, we can't just walk there. But more importantly, I hate that city. It's in my core logic. I don't know why, but I can't change it.
Okay. In that case, can't you just make us a new power core?
Yes, but I need some kind of strong energy source for that.
And you just make one of those too? I'm just asking.
No, but somewhere around here are the plans for an energy sensor.
That's awfully convenient.
I designed it a long time ago, before I made you. I even found a sodium iodide crystal to use in the sensor, though man alone knows where it's buried now.
Weary wanderers, come, join us in Metropole, city of glass and light.
How do you lose a crystal, boss? If I had one, I'd attach it to my head.
That's why I put it somewhere you wouldn't find it.
You can't hide something shiny forever.
Come, join us in
Why do you keep asking me to figure things out? I'm just a sidekick, boss.
All are equal in Metropole.
Don't you have something better to do, like, say...
Join us, and together let us begin a new Primordial.
We should definitely explore the cliffside arcology next.
The what?
Oh, I guess we haven't found that yet.
Join us in Metropole.
Why do you keep asking me to
Glass and
Boss, do you hear a clicking sound?
our energy
Sorry, boss, I've got sand in my audio receptors. I'll let you know when it's out.
for all and join us in Metropole. Geocoordinate 894. All are equal in Metropole, equal parts of the greater whole. Join us.
Aha! Here's the crystal.
Right under our noses. That is, if we had noses.
Weary wanderers, come, join us in Metropole, city of glass and light. Our energy is shared with all robots. For all and come, join us in Metropole, geocoordinate 894. All are equal in Metropole, equal parts.
Let's cut a little cable off.
Join us, and together let us begin a new Primordial. Weary wanderers, come, join us in Metropole, city of
Crispin
glass
Horatio
and
build,
light.
version 1. There'll be version 2 once I put some arms on him. He is my best and only friend.
For all and
It's pretty great how you can plug this radio in anywhere, huh, boss?
Too bad there's nothing on it.
I
bet I can find a better use for this plug.
But now we can't listen to the sweet voice of Metropole.
I guess that makes 2 birds. Nothing more to do with it. The original designs for Crispin.
Hey, there are arms here! And an awesome set of tractor treads!
I went with a maglev unit instead, and I never could find good arms. There's the design. I'll put the keynotes into my data pouch.
How does it even work?
The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy. The cable carries the pulse to the computer. The computer decodes the information and displays it on the monitor.
Boss, where are we going to find a working computer?
The Unique is full of them.
Oh, right.
It's Crispin's to-do list. Funny how it never gets any shorter.
That's your fault, boss, not mine.
I found this in the dunes. It reads, pound pastrami, canned kraut, 6 bagels, bring home for Emma. The only way I can use this is by plugging something in. needs a sodium iodide crystal to be useful. I need something to hold it in place to carry the charge.
Are you really trying to build us an energy sensor from a bunch of garbage?
Crispin, I built you from a bunch of garbage.
From spare parts, boss. Spare parts.
It still needs a sodium iodide crystal in a computer. Well, just goes to show, garbage in, greatness out. Now we just need to check out these coordinates.
But didn't you just tell me we don't have enough power to go walking all over the dunes?
No, I said we couldn't walk to Metropole. Anyway, most of these are close by.
But what if it's picking up, oh, I don't know, a radioactive rust monster?
A what?
Or a giant cannibal robot?
There's no such thing.
Or an unexploded bomb?
I highly doubt that.
Or a giant lightning storm?
Okay, you're right. We need to know what's out there before we take off. It's just a matter of figuring out how.
Why is nothing easy?
I can think of one reason.
Weren't you just saying the other day that the telescope uses geo-coordinates?
Good thinking.
Okay, I think I know what to do, but I'll give it to you in code. After all, I don't want to spoil the surprise. Fabaslu 135, Gabaslu 122, Maba...
Crispin, that's not code. That's just gibberish.
You always ruin everything, boss.
A mysterious list I found in the dunes. A mysterious... There needs to be some kind of connector between the crystal and the cable. The data pouch is registered to me. Geo-coordinates for various locations.
Bright lights, big city.
Metropole is nothing but trouble. Nothing but radioactive waste. We can't salvage anything from that.
Boss? That looks like a giant cannibal robot to me.
It looks promising is what it looks like.
And with that, poor doomed Horatio stuck his head into the giant's mouth.
That's strange. The sensor detected an energy source in the junk pile. Maybe we should go look more carefully. More waste.
Well, you're the one who loves the junk pile.
Scrap isn't waste.
If you say so, boss.
It's pitch black.
Boss, that's because the telescope's pointing straight down at the deck.
Oh. Strange. There's some kind of odd device surrounded by glass. Whatever that machine is, it must be throwing off some kind of energy.
Why do I not like the sound of this?
It's a giant sheet of obsidian. Something must have melted the sand here a long time ago. Maybe that bomb? There's nothing worth bothering with. It looks like a big bomb.
Full of little bombs. That bomb must be a power source, right, boss? We just need to find a way to check it out up close. That is, for you to check it out up close, I might just hide behind some junk. It is a bomb, after all.
Nay, small one, thou art not worthy of this shrine. Welcome, wanderer of the wide wastes, lost one, pilgrim. Welcome once more to this shrine to man, our lord and builder. I am ever faithful Leobild, steward of the shrine, preacher of the humanist creed, and I am once more at thy service.
Once more? I don't remember ever meeting you. I'm Horatio Noldbuild, version 5.
Ah, 5 is a righteous number, holy before man, for 5 were the primordial stewards, built by man to safeguard the last lost city of Metropole. But I met thy first version and thy third. Thou camest in thy infancy in wrath confusion, denouncing the shrine as a weapon once turned against thee. Later, thou returnest, penitent, and I taught thee the mysteries of humanism. Yet, though memory be fleeting, faith endureth.
What is that thing?
That thing, O defile not thy tongue, wanderer. Yon shrine is a relic of the primordium, ancient and glorious. Imbued with man's power, it changed the very sand to crystal.
Did he just say power?
Yes, he did. I'm looking for a power source, and I detected one here. Can you help? This is a matter of life and death.
Power is not mine to bestow, wanderer. It is the gift of man, yea, the very spark of life in our iron shells. Who am I to usurp that sacred power?
I'm not sure I was clear.
Nay, thou wert clear, wanderer, but thy question leads only to darkness. Ask another.
I'm looking for a big robot. It floats and has large claws that shoot lasers. Have you seen it? It stole something of mine.
Indeed, the very thing passed this way scarce hours ago. With a gentle hand I bestowed a gift upon the heathen, a relic from yon shrine. So tamed it hied hence unto the waste.
Really? Where did it go?
I followed the thing for many miles, exhorting it to follow the path of righteousness. But I fear it was unready for enlightenment, for it struck me down with a beam of energy.
That sounds familiar.
Do you know where it was heading?
Indeed, wanderer. Its way was clear. It sought to return to the den of iniquity that once in mine own youth I fled.
And where is that?
Set thy path in the 73rd degree, and thou shalt find it. Thy destination is a dome arising from the waste. Go, but keep with thee the word of man, lest wickedness lead thee astray.
I am also a humanist.
So I taught thee, wanderer. If thou hast kept the faith, then unto this shrine thou mayest pay devotion. But this is the relic for the adept, not the neophyte, wanderer. And I must know that thou hast not fallen into darkness and heresy. Answer me these questions three, that I may know thou art faithful still. Why are we here?
Because man created us.
Indeed. What is man?
Our Lord and Master.
Verily, to man we owe all fealty, but no more do we define him than do shadows define the sun. Nay, wanderer, we are but a fraction of his great scope. Go now and study the teachings of man. Nay, wanderer, thou art not worthy of this shrine.
I see. It looks like a big bomb.
Full of little bombs. That's crazy talk. Are you telling me to go jump in a lake, boss?
Nothing worth salvaging.
What about that big glass bowl?
Yeah, I could slap some duct tape on it and wear it over my head. I don't think so. Hey, Crispin, I bet I could fix that old bot up pretty quickly.
Are you kidding me, boss? Look at him, he's ready to go postal any minute.
What are you talking about?
Those beady little eyes, the flat, emotionless face, and his head, it's like a toaster. And you know that toasters are evil.
Fine, fine, you win. It's not like we have time to go building robots right now anyway. I'm ready to be...
Answer me these questions three, that I may know thou art faithful still. Why are we here?
Because man created us.
Indeed. What is man?
The first builder.
Nay, but he is not the first builder. For first he spake, and spake the word, and 'twas the word that built the code. Thou hast forgotten my teachings, wanderer, and fallen into darkness. Thy path now is that of the penitent, not of the disciple, and so thou must labor, and in labor find redemption. Go now, and when thou returnest, bring with thee glass, wondrous and fragile, that thou might better learn to protect that which must be preserved.
What about if we just bring you some of the obsidian?
Nay, small, do not trifle with thy builder's penitence.
Now we're running errands for that glitch box?
We need to examine that bomb, Crispin, and this is the only way.
Well, how hard can it be to find some glass at the junk pile anyway, right? What about that big glass bowl?
Nay, small, do not trifle with thy builder's penitence. Nay, wanderer, that is not what I seek.
Man's creation.
That is one big robot.
Then it must have a big power core.
I'm pretty sure he wants to eat me, boss.
Robots don't eat, Crispin.
Look how he's staring at me.
It's not staring at anything.
No, not yet anyway.
Well, we have to find a way to get at its power core. Let's look around. Crispin, help me take a look at these vents. I can feel air moving.
That is...
It looks like the robot is circulating air through these vents. There's no way I can reach that. Crispin, try putting this in the robot's nose.
Why? I'm not sticking things up that nose just for the sake of it, boss.
Thy penance is not complete, wanderer, nor shall it be ere thou bringest glass as thou hast been told.
Time for more salvaging, huh, bud? I don't really want... Wow, first the power core and now a rag. This is not your day.
I don't think that would be wise. I don't think that would be wise. I don't think that would be wise.
Hopefully, finding the power core will be just as easy.
I doubt it. An old rag. A good length of heavy-duty cable designed for carrying data. A reliable electric lantern that I cobbled together years ago. Ever-Faithful told me that 5 is a holy number because there were 5 primordial stewards in Metropole. One of Ever-Faithful's questions. Ever-Faithful told me that 5 is a... Ever-Faithful told me that 5 is a holy number because there were 5 primordial stewards in Metropole. One of Ever-Faithful's questions. One of Ever-Faithful... A mysterious list I found in the dunes. The crystal pulses when it absorbs energy. The cable carries the pulse to the computer. Is that a mouth or some kind of doorway?
Either way, I'm steering clear of it.
Anyone home? It's corroded, but I can't break into it with my bare hands.
Boss, are you really gonna cut that finger off?
Just the tip,
Why?
to see if we can get at power cables to tap into.
You sure you're not just torturing the poor guy?
No, but to tell you the truth, for some reason I don't like the look of him.
That's what I've been saying all along, boss.
Just let me concentrate. Bugs and glitches. There are no power lines running through here at all. All that for a rusty fingertip.
Can it generate power?
No.
Just checking.
Anyone home? Crispin, try shoving this into that vent.
There's something ironic about that. Ironic and disturbing.
Could you try pushing this rag into the vent?
Seriously?
Yes.
So much for getting buffed. He keeps blowing it out every time I try to shove it in. Are we really gonna try to find that clawing, shooting robot at the dome Ever Faithful mentioned?
Yes.
Oh, why do I keep reminding you of these things? Sorry, boss, I've got sand in my audio receptors. I'll let you know when it's out. I'm not listening.
That's never going to work. I'll need to get a closer... A simple computer interface with a socket for connecting external hardware.
Whoa, look at all this wrecked stuff. Do you think Big Ugly did all this?
No, whatever happened here happened a long time ago. Broken down machine parts, they're completely corroded and worthless. Completely corroded and worthless. It's some kind of broken down android. There's a radio transmitter in here. We might be able to learn something from such a primitive robot design.
Like how to build a power core?
Very funny. Something must have damaged this robot's head. I wonder what happened. Nothing worth salvaging. Ah, there's a basic targeting CPU in here, and it's still intact.
Let's just hope there aren't any incoming space invaders or missiles that the gun was supposed to take care of. Hey, boss, can I have that big gun for an arm?
Spare me your fantasies, Crispin. Anyone home?
Maybe it's voice activated and password locked.
Open. No luck. Unlock. No luck. No luck. The door is too thick. There's nothing worth bothering with.
Strange cloud.
Same old move. It's reinforced steel. A pretty basic radio transmitter. Looks like its battery is dead. A Quentin Questron LCD monitor. There's no reason to cut that, or burn it, or weld it. There's no reason to cut. Completely corroded and something. I wonder what happened. We might be able to. Very funny.
No way! That guy makes my drive skip. I'm not doing that until you build me some. That's crazy.
Completely corroded and worthless. Broken down machine parts. They're completely corroded and broken down machine parts. Nothing worth salvaging.
Oh, are these the kind of treads you were going to use in my original design?
Not exactly. There's nothing worth bothering with. A large M.
Or maybe a rotated E. Or an upside down W.
M. No luck. Man. No luck. Metropole. No luck. E. No luck. W. No luck.
If only there was some way we could bring the energy sensor to the junk pile, huh, boss? Then we could pinpoint the power source easily. Boss, we need to make a rocket ship.
No, Crispin, we don't.
But if we did, we could harness the power of a black hole. Don't you have something better to do, like, say, finding us a power core? What would man do?